Because we'll watch this and say, like,
Kidding me?
dance anime!
Steven,
What's up, sir?
what's your topic?
My topic is school stories, but not just any school story. I would say childhood school stories. And now, if you guys don't have any childhood school stories that are good, I guess you could open it up to just school stories in general. But the grades I'm talking about is most likely like elementary school to like intermediate. Not really high school, I don't think.
High school gets a little too deep, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when you're a middle schooler to, like, elementary school, it's, like, a lot of just silly, dumb choices. High school, sure, you get dumb choices, but it's very emotionally tied with, like, loved ones and,
Yeah.
like,
Speaking of
exes.
which, this is the perfect segue to... I don't really have much to say, but I thought I'd mention it just in case you guys got something, but, like, love notes.
I have a story for that.
It's a really short story for me. Nothing crazy happened.
Yeah.
But this shit set up the reoccurring themes of my life, dude. I wrote a love letter in like, I don't know.
You wrote a love letter?
I wrote a love letter.
I've never written a love letter.
I don't remember what I said. It wasn't like super dramatic, like corny or anything, because I was very like,
oh my love.
I grew like, so for context, I grew up with like a bunch of older people like you guys, like my older brothers and everything. So I had to mature pretty quick, I would say. Quicker than most, so I didn't write like, you know, when you're like in the third grade or second grade, you imagine writing something like so dramatic or like, you know what I mean, a poem or whatever. But I literally I was straight up in the love note. I think I just said like, hey, like I like you, and I was wondering if we could like, I don't know, pursue something, I guess, I don't know, something like that. And I remember I put it in her desk like I don't know, during some break or whatever. It's short, really quick story, nothing crazy happened. I just remember like my heart was, it was during like sustained silent reading. I was reading in the corner of my eye. I was like, you know, in the side eye, and I saw them like all the girls like sat next to each other, all the cool girls or whatever. I remember her finding it and everyone like you know, whispering and like a lot of commotion, looking over each other's shoulders and like talking. And then they went all the way in the back to talk to each other, and then they went back to sit down, and literally like nothing came of it. That was like it. They just talked about it or whatever. And for context, I guess I was like part of the cool group. Like everyone that like the girls were cool in the popular group. I was in the popular group. Yada yada. I was like elementary school. It sounds so lame, but yeah, nothing really much happened. That's it. It was kind of just like just ignore it type of thing. And that's my love life for years to come. I was always chasing things that were quote unquote unobtainable and missing the things in front of me. That was literally like my summary of my love life.
The amount of times I've just like, I feel like my whole high school I just wasted it because it was just like I was always like just so stressed out about like a girl or something, and it was just like I like felt like I just didn't live in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. You don't treasure like what's in front of you and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
So
anyways,
just
love notes.
But anyways, the only thing about love notes I could think of, I love how excited you were earlier. By the way, I'm curious to hear actually, but the only love note thing I could think of is that like one time I was on the bus, and there was a new girl in town.
That's a classic.
It sounds crazy.
That's a classic. Every new girl in town is always so like cool and popular and like attractive. At least for my grade, that's how it was.
I was on the bus on the way home, and I believe this was middle school. I believe 8th grade, 7th grade, or something around then. If not freshman year high school, but I'm pretty sure it was 7th, 8th grade. And all I remember was that there was this new girl in town. I won't say the names, in case for some reason that person watches this. And it's just like, you fucking rat. And all I remember is that there was it was nameless. We found a letter. And it was like a page in the back of the page, maybe. So like 2 pages of just writing feelings about like, and I think my friends found it, and it was just like folded up, and we're just like, what the hell is this? And I thought they were like joking with me, and they're like, dude, this love letter's for you. Like, this love letter's for, and it was written in you know, very like bubbly font. So you know, presumably a female, but you know, I have bubbly font. If you've seen my handwriting, I have very girl handwriting, I've been told. And I don't remember the details, but it was just like, hey, that Kevin guy is really cute and this and that. And
what grade is this?
This was like 7th or 8th grade. I believe 8th grade, I believe.
That just reminds me. Good.
And
I'll get to it.
Talking about like my personality and all that, and like, and it was like 2 pages worth of just like hyping me up pretty much. And then it was never signed. So to this day we have no idea who it is. And then and pretty much everyone attested it to like this new girl that moved, and she like lived down the street too, by the way, at the time. And yeah, that was like all that came of that, and it was just the weirdest thing feeling like I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, it was always like I always felt like I was like undesirable when I was a little bit younger. So whenever I was like the topic of like interest, it felt weird. It felt like out of character. Of like this doesn't happen. This is really weird, and it feels like almost someone's playing a joke on me, kind of thing. So that was like the only love note thing that I could really talk about.
No, I felt that too growing up. That reminded me. Actually, someone did write a love letter to me in 7th grade. I remember it was rumors of this chick. It wasn't really a rumor. It was kind of just like, oh no, this shit's like for real. That I don't know, some girl like had a crush on me all year long, but she was like I hate to say it, she was like the weird girl.
Oh, okay.
And I feel bad saying that because like not really like at the time, you know, that's the weird girl. Not weird though. But anyways, I remember it was like on the last day of school, she finally had like the gall to say something to me. She wrote like a really like she gave me like a letter. It was on my desk, and I was like, oh god, here we go, because I knew it was like from her. I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
And I was like, everything's like it was like what you said, like freaking 2 pages, but all scrunched up, like, and it was very much that dramatic, like, I hope like this and this and all these different scenarios.
Wow.
And like when you did your hair on Halloween, because on Halloween, I spray painted, not spray painted. The fake.
That was like the fake hair dye.
Yeah, I did it like orange, and he was like, "Oh, I thought that was so cool and like so cute and all this stuff."
Yeah,
all this stuff, and I was very much on the other end of what happened previously when I wrote my love letter, where I just ignored it. I just don't know all that. I felt so weird. I didn't know how to go about it or like say anything. I was like, I'm just gonna ignore it. I feel bad. I should have said something. Now I would say something, obviously, but yeah, they were all kids. But yeah, that was weird. It definitely feels weird, right? To be on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems like you got something to say, though.
Okay, so I kind of have 2 stories. One's kind of embarrassing, and the other one's like hella petty on my part.
You wrote the fake love letter as a prank?
So in kindergarten, there was a kid in my class. His name was Pt.2, right? I was in love with him.
Oh, we're name dropping out here. Jeez.
I'm naming him because I have had his name stuck in my head since I was forever. And he was like, now, like, I see pictures of him, like, cause old like pictures and stuff from when I was a kid, and that kid was hella weird looking. So I don't know why I was in love with him.
Oh my god!
Literally in love with this kid. Okay, he had a crush on this other girl in my class, Sierra. Okay, I don't remember her last name, so I can't really name drop that one. But I remember I wrote a picture and I drew a big heart on it. And I said like love Sierra, and I stuck it in his desk. Okay.
You sick bastard.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
He found it.
That's messed up.
He found it, and then like went to talk to her.
Have you not watched Fairly Odd Parents? The rules? That was like rule whatever. It was like, dude, you don't wish for rules. You don't mess with that.
Well, I did it, and I stuck it in his desk, and he went to say something to her after the fact, and she was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, I didn't do that because she had literally no interest in him. Like, he was considered like for kindergarten, like the popular kid, and she was like the popular girl. You know what I mean? As popular as you can get for kindergarten.
It's so funny to think about kindergarten semantics like that.
Well, like, and I was so upset because I loved him and he loved this other girl.
Oh my god!
But the other one, and this one's like kind of embarrassing. There was a kid in the class that I liked. I actually liked him, and when I was a kid, I used to draw a lot. That was just like something I did. And I think I was going through this romantic phase for being a child because I drew a picture of me and this kid kissing. Okay, and it looks really weird because I couldn't draw that well. But
kids do some weird shit like that. It's so weird. Like,
and I put it in his desk, and then he said something to the teacher.
Oh, dude!
About the picture.
He was too woke. He knew this shit was like sexual harassment.
Was like, who drew this? Who drew this?
Was it like labeled? Was it labeled?
No, I didn't put my name on it.
I was wondering if it was like line, Kayla, line, whatever.
I put this in his desk anonymously, and it was so embarrassing because she showed it to the whole class.
Oh, that's the worst.
And she was like, "Who drew this? Who drew this?" And nobody came. I found it, and to this day, I think it is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. I don't even remember who the kid was, but it was so embarrassing.
Mm.
But yeah, that's the 2 love letter story.
All right, since we're on the topic of love, I'm sure we'll get into like just the broader spectrum of things. But like, there was one time, and I'm sure I've told Steven this many times. So there was this new kid, Justin, in the class, and I'll never forget this. And I was just such a goody two shoe kid because I could have fucked this kid's life up. as far as 5th graders go. So there was this new kid, Justin, and he and I want to say around 5th grade. Sure, you have crushes, kindergarten and all that, but I feel like once you start to get into like the 3rd through 5th grade, everyone starts getting crushes. And especially 5th grade, people like start to know who's crushing on who, kind of thing. And you know, everyone was crushing on someone, as you do as a little kid. New kid Justin comes in, and he's cool. He's sitting next to me in 5th grade. I'm having a fun time, and like we're vibing. I'm going over his house too. Like, we're friends. I went to his sleepover. I went to his birthday party and all that, and for some reason, I don't know why, I was just way too nice of a kid. And I honestly, to this day, I feel like I struggle with being a little too nice. But he would always just somehow he must have watched a lot of Charisma on Command because he knew how to draw trust in people and get the juice. You talk to him for an hour, he would know who you liked. And I don't know how he did it, because he ratted me out. He ratted like everyone out.
It's messed up.
And I remember it got to the point where he legitimately was like, it was like during recess, and he was just like, you know, Brittany likes Mike, and Mike likes like, and he was like literally getting like that. Like, he was so weird. He was like wide eyed, and it was like a group of people, but everyone wanted to know who was liking who, so he was there, and he was like this, and he was like on a soapbox almost.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? And it even got to the point where like we had to have like a class meeting.
No way.
Jeez.
We had to get a class meeting because people were getting their feelings hurt, and the teachers were like, "You're too young to have crushes. Yeah. No one's liking anyone." And obviously, to us, we're just like, they're our lives. You know what I mean? And it got to that point. But here's the kicker. The kicker is that no one knew who he liked. And honestly, I think to this day, no one knew besides one person. Mm. And that person was me. I figured out who the fuck he liked. So, and I could have ruined his day, but I didn't. I should have. Because, you know, what goes around?
Comes around.
You can say it now, just live. Just.
I think I would have done it. I think so.
I want to believe you and your character, you would have done it. You would have said, no bets are off. You just ruined everyone's lives and mine.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get what's coming to you. To me, I'm way too nice. Because I never was. I would never wanted to. Even if you wronged me, I never wanted to do anyone wrong. I just wanted to be good on everyone's side for the most part, which is not a good thing to do. But anyways, he asked to borrow my yearbook one time. Weirdly enough, I don't know why. I brought my yearbook, you know, look at last year's pictures and all that. And he asked to borrow it. Cool. Innocent. Weird question, by the way. Let me borrow your yearbook. That's kind of a weird question if you really think about it. Why are you borrowing other people's yearbook? Especially if you're the new kid. You don't know anyone. Yeah. Why are you borrowing yearbooks? And, you know, he returns it to me the next day or 2 days ago, and I'm like, and he was like, oh, my bad. There was like a rip. Like, I ripped it by accident. Like, don't worry about it. And I was like, huh, okay, I didn't think any of it. I was like, okay, that's kind of fucked. You ripped my class page out, but okay. Yeah. Or like, it was just like it was a corner of the page, but it was a pretty big like rip out. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Okay, but I didn't think anything of it like at the time. Now it's weird. It's fishy. It's a little fishy. And one time, and it's important to note that he was the tech person. Mm-hmm. He was for some reason he just had all the pens, he had calculators, he had all of that. I don't know why. The dude was like Staples. I'm sure he started it. and he just had all the tech in his desk, and he had this really fancy calculator went into a leather sleeve. And I shit you not. One day, I think he was chosen to go somewhere. It could have been like a presidential like lunch thing or whatever that they do now. And he went, and for some reason I was just so curious, and I was like, let me go check his calculator. For some reason I just wanted to look at it or play with it like a dumbass little kid or something. And I took it out, and what I saw on the back would forever change my life. On the back of the calculator was a picture of a girl. Her name was Megan. A picture of a girl, and it looked like it came from my yearbook.
Jeez, he ripped the page out.
And he ripped the page out, but it wasn't.
What a freaking weirdo.
It's fucking weird. It wasn't even. It wasn't even
like,
the.
I don't know. Well, how old are you?
How old are you in 5th grade? I'm not really sure. Like what? 10?
No, because I was like, you could have like taken a picture of it or something.
He well, it wasn't the yearbook page. He took it out and then he photocopied it.
What the hell?
Either that or he took a picture and printed it. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
But knowing him, he probably fucking did it himself. He probably knew how to
fax machine.
Yeah, he probably fax machined it from Mr. Staples over here, but it was on the back, and I put that shit away immediately. It looked like I searched this shit and found a body.
I would have just showed everybody and been like, look who he likes. Look who he likes.
I could have ruined him, and to this day, part of me regrets not fucking that dumbass bitch.
You should have.
Oh, he was the worst.
He's probably watching this like.
You know what I mean? And I know, as of right now, doesn't really matter.
Justin.
Fuck you, Justin. But like, to a 5th grader, that's the world. That's the world.
Yeah.
Put your shoes. If you're a 5th grader watching this, imagine your crush being outed. It's
not cool.
It's not cool, man. But anyways, that's my little non sequitur to that.
Okay, well, I have a bunch of school stories, so feel free to, cut me off. I might have to do a part 2 of this because I have a lot. And following the love note is a story about jealousy that I had that followed shortly after. This is a good one. Really short. It's pretty much we're at recess, and I think I told my friend, I'm going to call him CM. I'm just going to use initials. Our friend CM, and I was like, yo, can you, like, I think it was like, can you tell this person that, like, I like them? I think I was, like, pushing the same like argument, I guess, like twice or something, because I wanted a response or something. And I remember just seeing them like talk and like laugh and seem like they're having such a good time and everything. I was like so salty. I was like, dude, you're one of my best friends, and I wanted you to do this thing for me, and it looked like it just backfired. And I was so dramatic. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Because I'm so different now. I was such a kid, dude. But I was like in the line to recess. I was so dramatic. I was like, I think it was before the teachers got there. I punched him in the stomach, but it wasn't like, but I didn't fully commit. It was like a half commit. Cause I don't know. I wasn't like
Were
fully.
you like scared or like?
I was like, I want to do this, but I don't really mean it. It was kind of just to be dramatic. It was in the moment. I was a salty ass little kid. I was really young, and it was like a like a soft
yeah.
But he played into it. That was the thing. I remember went for the stomach, and he went ugh. He like on top, he did the ugh, and I was like, and he played into it. And I remember like her and her friends were like no, they're very close by, and they knew that like something was going on. I think this was post. No, I don't know the timeline. But anyways, I was like, I remember I did that, and he went ugh, and I said, "Thanks for nothing, dude." I said, "Thanks for nothing, dude." And the aftermath of that, this is actually the first time. In like only time, nah, not the only time. This is the first time I got detention though. I remember I got called down to the principal's office like I don't know, sometime after. It was like a week or two. It was like quite a bit of time. A couple weeks after, and they called me down. I was like, oh shit, is this what they're gonna do? Or, like, is this the thing that happened? Yeah. So someone outed me, and I have a feeling it was the girl. I was like, oh, fair enough. And I didn't question anyone. I kind of got over it. I was like, dude, you're being such a sore loser type of thing. Yeah. And then I just got detention. Yeah, and I just went to detention. I had to clean a bunch of lunch tables, and a bunch of my friends actually got detention too, and we just like chilled and did that. Yeah, that was pretty much that. Can I keep going?
Go for it, man. Go for it.
I got a lot.
Unless you got something. Everyone gets fair shares.
Yeah.
I can't think
Jealousy,
of anything.
jealousy.
Just
I
go.
was like, I don't have a jealousy story.
Jealousy.
Yeah, just go.
Okay, there's another one. This is a good one. A fellow Asian,
Yes.
and I saw him having a
One of us.
One of us. I was calling LZ, and
Landing zone.
it was we were lining up to leave for somewhere, and I saw him, and he was kind of like the nerdy Asian kid, and he didn't really have like close friends. I don't know, but he was like, you know, for lack of a better term, was a loser, right?
Yeah.
And I was the cool Asian kid.
Ah.
And I saw him. We're all lining up, and I remember he was talking to the teacher. It was just at her desk, and he was like crying or something.
Yeah.
And I felt super bad because I've always had like a soft spot for like, you know, losers. I've always been friends with like all these.
Fan of the underdog.
Yeah, fan of the underdog for sure. I've always been that way, and I've talked to a bunch of people in high school, like all those kids.
Yeah.
Those are my people, and I remember him crying and like over something. I don't know what happened or whatever. But anyways, I was in line, and I was like the only one really noticing. And I saw him, and the teacher was like pretty much like, "Let's go line up." And I remember as they were walking over, I went to him, and I put my arm around his shoulder, and I was like, hey, LZ, like don't worry about it, everything will be fine. And you know what this mother, you know what this bitch does? Oh my god, he immediately, the moment I put my arm over, he shrugged me off. And he did this jump sideways elbow freaking combo of death, and he went like that to me, and I was like yo, chill.
He was ready. He was throwing bows. He was throwing elbows.
Yeah, he did this dude, and he had form to it. It was like finesse.
You think he like took anything?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I felt so betrayed. I was like, damn, I was trying to reach my hand out, and I get it. But at the time, I was mature enough. Believe it or not, I was like, I completely get it.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing. You don't want no one to know. Like, you don't want anyone any attention on you. Whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't say a single word. I didn't tattle on him. I didn't say anything. I was just like, okay. I respected his space. I was like, all right, that didn't happen. Let's just like continue like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. And speaking of which, there was this dude in the same school, and this is a completely sidebar, but he would tell on everyone for anything. And he would always tell, and he was known as the snitch. Anyways, that was that. Anyone got any physical stories?
Okay,
Oh
so
dear God.
it's not okay. It is sort of. So there was, I think it was when I was in like 4th grade. There's like a little bit of pre-story to get to the story.
Give me that pre-story, doggy dog.
So I was friends with this. I had this group of friends. I was like technically kind of like the new kid here. I definitely was the new kid. But I made this group of friends, and we were all interested in like movies and like theater, which is like kind of weird for that age.
Wait, what age?
We're in like 4th grade.
Okay.
And
I understand movies.
No, but it's
theater?
weird because
weird.
what we did is we started writing a movie together. I'm telling you, I have this stuff. I have like this like paperwork somewhere. But we started writing it together.
We need the Patreon tier to fund this.
Seriously.
I'll film it and everything.
We started writing a scary movie. And like I have a folder, it's got all our names on it. And we like named it and stuff.
Yeah.
And we had parts, and we were all gonna play parts. And like every day we would write more of this, yada yada yada. And so we had all my friend was like, "Oh, let's have rehearsal at my house so that we can get ready to film this movie."
Damn, you had like rehearsals where you were
we
like.
didn't even have a camera. But we were gonna film this.
I picture like do you remember like old cartoons when they would have like the little kids making movies and they would just use like cardboard boxes, like a built like a camera that totally doesn't work.
But so it was like, I think it was like me and 2 girls or 3 girls, and then there was a guy in the group. And so I like went over her house, and I remember we were waiting for the dude to show up. And you know, she had this little like car in her backyard. We were chilling in it. It was fun and stuff. And we were like, yo, let's prank what's his face. He goes.
Kids are so stupid. I hate kids, man.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing.
So our thought process was, we were gonna take sour spray, we're gonna spray him with it, and then pants him. Like that.
Oh my god.
Jeez, wait, sour spray? What the hell is that?
Like that.
Like legit sour spray, like Warheads, like fucking spray, and then pants him.
That's awful.
That's fucking.
So
just vile. Just
So we were waiting for him to show up, and then we hid behind the fence for him to come to the fence to walk in, because she told him, just come in through the back.
I hope he walked in and he was just like, I really like sour candy and I'm kind of sweaty on this day.
But I just remember so all of a sudden we ran out, right? We freaking sprayed him with the sour spray and then pantsed him. And then I feel bad because we made fun of him because he had tiny whiteies on.
Oh no.
Oh my
He
god.
had
And that's the age you get embarrassed from that shit too.
Yeah, he had little tiny baby
Oh no.
on, and I think they had some kind of either superheroes on him or something like that.
Oh no.
So we pantsed him and we sprayed him, and then and it's a bunch of us girls doing this, right?
I didn't even think about that.
It was 3 girls that did
I
this
didn't
to
even
him.
think about that.
And then
That's
he
awful.
quickly pulled his pants off.
Jeez, man.
And he was like, and we had a weird grape one or some weird flavor of sour spray that
Green
nobody
apple's
buys.
the one. Green apple's the one. Or
And
blue raspberry.
You could tell he was so embarrassed.
Oh my god.
That's awful. I didn't even think about the semantics of 2 girls.
Yeah,
That's awful.
I think about it 3 of
Freaking
us.
bullies, dude.
Wait, it was
there
3?
may have been 3 of us. I couldn't remember if it was
okay.
2 or 3, but there was a couple of us.
I didn't even think about that.
He was okay after the fact.
Yeah.
But in that moment, he was so embarrassed. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I feel bad now.
That was awful.
But yeah, we pantsed him.
That just reminds me of another story. It's just I don't know why I'm saying this. It's so stupid. I'm a dumbass kid. But I was in the bathroom. It's so stupid, dude. Why am I saying this? I was peeing at a stall, and for some reason in my mind, I just had to do this. But I started peeing, and I started walking back. And I tried. The goal was to try to pee as far away from the stall as possible.
Oh, I've done that. I can't even front.
And
I've
I
done
was
that too.
I was backing up. I was just peeing, and I remember Miss freaking Jr. Sean Kingston came in. His initials are Jr. Jr. came in, and I was peeing, and I was like, I looked at him like this, I didn't react.
It's like Austin Powers.
I was just looked at him with like a stale face, and then I just walked back up, and I didn't say a single thing.
no.
And he said, he was like, Steven, what the hell are you doing? I looked at him, I walked up, I didn't say a single thing. I zipped up, washed my hands, and walked out. I didn't say a single word. It's so bad.
That's so awful.
So bad. And there's one time, have you ever walked in the girls' bathroom at accident?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's a classic. Nothing crazy. I just wanted to mention that. All right. This is probably my last story of elementary school, and then maybe we could cut it there.
Yeah. We got time, man. We got time.
I could go on and on. I got a bunch of shit. Pretty much this was straight out of a movie. I don't know if anyone remembers this that was there, but I always for some reason it was that Drake and Josh episode where there was a power outage and they all gathered at Drake and Josh's house, and during the power outage they sang "We Will Rock You."
Oh yeah.
And everyone said,
Great
I thought
episode.
that was the coolest, most badass episode ever of them singing it, and I fantasized me doing the same thing in a scenario where I sang that. So I went and I listened to the song, learned the lyrics, etc. And it was so epic. It sounds so corny, but in the moment it was so cool. So this is literally 6th grade, the last day of school, and we're going to 7th grade next year. And once again, I was part of the cool kids at this point. I was super cool, popular kid. And I'll remember the last day of school, right before the bell rang, maybe 10 minutes before it. Someone started the "We Will Rock You." They're do 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 do
just randomly,
randomly with the desk.
with the desk,
And
okay.
everyone caught on and started doing it, and no one said anything. And I was like, "This is my moment." I literally waited for
this.
this.
Like the Drake and Josh
I was
episode.
"This is the moment," and I started singing it word for word, beat for beat. And dude, I felt so cool after that. I felt so cool.
Oh, best believe you probably felt like Freddie Mercury,
dude. And in my head, I was ripping it. I was absolutely killing it. And then we went home, and then that was it. GG. But it was so. That was the coolest way to send off 6th grade. I felt so cool. And now I'm a fucking loser. That was my elementary school stories. I don't know. I actually have one more. This one's kind of bad.
I can't. This sucks. 'Cause I can't think of any elementary school.
No,
stories.
this
I
one's
do have one more too.
this one's kind of bad. This is might get a little offensive, but listen, it was the vocabulary at the time. All right, I was an impressionable young kid, so I'm sorry. I'm not I don't talk like this anymore. But you might know what I'm talking about. It was I forgot. it was like every week we had to read a certain amount of pages, like read of any book, and then we'd have to have our parents sign it off.
Oh no, I know the story. Fuck.
And we had to have the parents sign it off, and I forgot one weekend. Side note, I would always read the SpongeBob SquarePants the movie book for some reason. That was just my book, and I would sign. It was like easy reading because it was like a bunch of pictures.
I swear I did like 10 reports on holes. That was just always my summer reading thing, and I was just like holes, and they would fall for it every time. But anyways,
I cheesed the system because we had to read a certain amount of pages of any book, and that book just was all pictures pretty much. I think one week, like I got into a fight with my dad, or not. I wasn't even that. I think we had a relationship. We would always like prank each other, like kind of like mess with each other. And I remember, oh my god, it's so bad. I remember in the signature line I wrote, and once again, this was the language at the time. I was really young, impressionable young kid, dumb kid, and I don't talk like this, and you shouldn't talk like this. But in the signature line where my dad had to sign it, I wrote, "Dad's gay." I wrote,
Jeez.
"Dad's gay." That was just the language at the time. And
I just picture the thing that it's not necessarily the language that makes it funny for me. It's the fact that there was supposed to be a cursive signature there, and there was there was "Dad's gay" with like.
And my handwriting is so messy.
With like what grade were you in?
I think this was like 3rd grade.
Jesus, and like a 3rd grade's handwriting in full print. 3rd grade print.
3rd or 4th. It might have been 4th.
That's what gets me, because I know for a fact this teacher looked at this shit. Fully
I didn't even get there yet.
Fully developed brain, and like saw this. But anyways, continue.
She definitely laughed. But anyways,
I would have left.
I meant to show my dad, but I forgot what happened. I think I fell asleep before I even got to show him it, and I completely forgot for him to sign it.
Oh no.
So we went to school the next day, and we all had to turn it in. And I remember I turned it in, didn't think much of it. And then by the end of the day, before the bell rang for the buses, my bus actually got called. The moment my bus got called, it like hit me. I don't know what. I don't know.
Oh.
It hit me, and I was like, "Dude, you did that prank, and you didn't undo it." And as they called my bus, it hit me, and I went to the paper, or like the homework stash. And I was flipping through. I was like, no way. I was like flipping through it. And I found it, and it said it, and my heart sank. And I was like, I'm so stupid. Why did I do this? I'm so stupid. I should have just took it. I'm so stupid. I should have just took it, but in my head, I was like,
did you leave it?
In my head, I was like, dude, you can't take it because you're gonna get a 0 for this. Like, this is big. Like, you need to just hand something in, whatever. And there's so much pressure going on. I was a dumb kid. My bus got called. I didn't know what to do, so I just left it. I didn't even change it. I didn't erase it. I was so dumb.
Did you write it in pencil?
I wrote it in pencil.
Okay. Wow.
It was too much. Like the bell, the bus, dude. I was
pressure.
tweaking. I was like, and I didn't want to take it because I was such a good noodle, and I was like, I didn't know what to do, so I just left it. And then I went home. And obviously, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna deal with this.
Were you
tomorrow.
just like counting?
Yeah, I was counting down. I was like, here, like,
making up excuses. You're like,
I
how
was
can I
going
cover
through
this?
it all. And my best excuse is to throw it on you, and we'll get to that.
Bastard.
It was because I believe you had the teacher before.
Oh, okay.
And I think you were like kind of a troublemaker. I don't really know. I don't remember. In my head, I don't remember. But anyways, it was during our lunch break. I was eating. I'll never forget. I was eating wheat thins.
Wow.
I was eating wheat thins, and the teacher goes, "Steven, can I talk to you outside for a sec?" And I knew what was happening. I tried to do a poker face, didn't show any emotion. Like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
So I was like acting casual. Like I was trying to play the oblivious card. Like I had no idea. I brought the wheat thins out with me to just like I don't know, to make it less like direct, like we're just talking to each other.
Yeah.
So I was just eating it, whatever. I'm like, and I was like, what's going on? Pretty much. And he's like, she was pretty much like saying,
you're like, I'll be less guilty if I just keep eating.
Like if I'm just oblivious. Once again.
Just like, I'm just I'm having lunch.
And she was just like, he's like, this is like completely inappropriate. Like this is like not okay. Blah 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 blah. Like she gave me the lecture, like nothing crazy, just what any teacher would say.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, I don't know what this is. Like I don't know what that means. I didn't do that. And I was like, oh, you know what it was? I think it was my brother. I said, because I think they had you or something. I was like, oh, he has this sounds so bad as a kid. I was like, he has like a really good eraser, and he was like playing a prank on me, and I think he erased it and tried to write it in my handwriting. and she pretty much said like, "This is exactly your handwriting." Like,
Yikes.
yeah, and I was like, and I doubled down. I was like, "No, I did not do this. Like, I swear that like he erased this and put it just a prank." And then I didn't get into any trouble with it, I don't think, and I don't know what she did with my grade. She might have excused it or something. But anyways, I got away, but I just had to deal with the lecture, the embarrassing lecture.
Yeah.
And that was that. That was that story.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine that. I think I did the same thing. Not I didn't write that, but like I think I tried to sign it, and I think I was in first grade at the time. So think about a first grader trying to do perfect cursive. Like, and I think I found a paper that my dad signed, and I tried to forge it.
Oh yeah, just copy over it.
I tried to like get it side by side, and I was like trying to like draw it, and I think that's how I became like kind of like an artist-ish person. But I tried to copy it like was that movie with Jim Carrey. Spoilers for was it Fun with Dick and Jane or whatever.
Oh.
At the end, she forges the signature because she went to art school or whatever. I was trying to be exactly like that, and it just wasn't it. They caught me red-handed.
Really?
Yeah, they're just like, you shouldn't do this. Like, what the hell are you doing?
I think I forged it once and I actually got away with it.
Wow.
Yeah, I did it. I remember.
I could never. I was too scared.
I was just like, I think we just have scheme in our blood. We just try to get by like however we can. I don't know why. Not a good trait. I hope my future generations just disappears. But anyways, what was your story?
So this is like the only time I ever got like actually in trouble in school.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a friend who me and her became like super best friends.
Before you started, did you cry?
No.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, this is the only time I was ever like actually a bitch to somebody too. Like I was gonna fight this girl, and never in my life have I wanted to fight somebody before.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't even really want. It was okay. I'll explain. So, we'll call her B.
Okay.
Because I still respect her, so I don't want to say her name on the thing. But we were really good friends. Because I had just moved there too. Again, another freaking just moved.
Yeah.
But we told everybody that we were stepsisters. Like, we were that close.
Yeah.
And, you know, we told everybody at school we were stepsisters, and we used to hang out all the time. But we had never, we never had a sleepover together. And now, when I was a kid, I was kind of weird about sleepovers. Like, because I would get really homesick. Yeah. So a lot of times I just couldn't.
Oh, one of my friends would call their, like, parents and just pick them up.
Well, that was me. I was, like, low-key that person.
Yeah, a lot of kids were like that.
So she had asked me if I could sleep over, and I lied and I told her my grandma was sick and I couldn't sleep over, and she took it like super personally.
What?
Like super personally.
What kid is that woken up to take it like that?
Like, I know you're lying.
Yeah.
Like blah, blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay. Yeah. And so the next day at school, she was like hella mean to me. Like why would you lie about something like that? Like, she's like, I just wanted to have a sleepover with you, yada yada yada, and people like noticed that we were angry at each other. So everybody started taking sides, okay, and made it way bigger than it was supposed to be.
Oh my god.
Because we were just supposed to be like not talking to each other, but everybody picked a side. And so some people were on my side, some people were on her side, and so I remember we were in the cafeteria, and everybody like chose what side of the cafeteria to sit on to see who they were gonna sit with, and they were taking bets on who was gonna win if we fought each other, and I didn't even want to fight her, like not really anyway. Yeah. And I wasn't even saying anything bad about her, but people were just saying stuff to say I said this stuff to like rile her up, and then the same thing with her side to rile me up, and everybody was like, "Oh, you're gonna win!" Like, and everybody like thought I was gonna win. Like everybody was on my side about winning this fight. I didn't even want to fight her. I've never fought anybody. And it got like hella out of control to the point where I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to fight this girl. Like everybody's like expecting this now. Yeah. But then the teacher stepped in.
I was about to say, like, it's crazy. I'm like, do these teachers know that like these weird freaking hierarchies and like
it got
and kids
really,
like
it got out of hand though, because everybody was yelling at each other in the cafeteria. And then so me and her got sent to the office, and we had to go talk to the I don't know who he was. I don't think it was the principal, but I think it was the person in charge of like bad people, bad kids. And I remember him saying something about I misheard him, if I'm being honest, so I just agreed. Yeah. And I shouldn't have agreed, because he was like, he said something about Like he said, I think he said, I don't think you girls are like bad girls or something like that, or like I don't think you've ever been in trouble before. And I think my dumbass said, yes, I have. Or I agreed because I misheard him.
Yeah.
And then so now he thinks I'm like this bad kid.
He's like, oh, you are a bad kid.
I was like, oh god, I'm stupid. And then we got yelled at, and I think we got like detention, and then that was the end of that. And then we never talked ever again.
Yeah.
Me and this girl, like we were never friends again after that. So it was,
really?
No, we never talked again. It was like that.
Or we're a sleepover.
Completely killed the friendship, and it was her fault.
Wow.
It was her fault.
Okay,
She blew that shit out of proportion.
All right.
And then I moved.
I believe it.
After that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because of that too. You said.
I just ran away.
You said, Mom and Dad, we gotta move. I hate this bitch.
No, but it was stupid because she was like, we were like really close. So like she really did fuck it up over a stupid thing like a sleepover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Maybe I shouldn't have lied, but like, I didn't want to sleep over. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it should have been that big of a deal.
All right, this is one story I want to share. This doesn't really involve school, but goddamn, is it the fucking stupidest shit? I just thought about it. It involves like my older brother, and his friends and all that. And I'll never forget. It involved one of my best friends, Matt, at the time. And I was a bigger kid. I was overweight. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was overweight. I was really overweight. It was like my family made it be known, and like I'm very like health and conscious because of it, actually, growing up and all that. And my friend Matt, he was also overweight, and he had big titties. He had big titties, and me at the time, I had big nipples.
Jeez.
So and that was the thing. He had normal nipples. Mm-hmm. I had kind of biggish nipples, but I didn't have his jugs.
Stop, that's so mean.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because my older brother and his friends thought they must have been bored, like middle schoolers at the time. Maybe even in early high school, which is kind of fucked up if you're in high school doing this to a bunch of little kids. I just don't want to do the math right now, but they were 5 years older than us, and they've pit us against each other, and we had the Fat Olympics.
What? Oh my
I think I kind of remember this.
We had the Fat Olympics.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
I kind of remember this.
They stripped us of our names, and I was Nipples. And he was Jugs.
I actually remember this.
Stop,
it's so fucked up. But at the time, I think bullying was so big back in the day. I want to say more than now. I think now we have like cyberbullying. That's a whole nother topic. But like,
yeah, no, our older brother was and his friends complete
dicks, assholes.
I hated their guts.
Vile people.
I hated their guts.
And for some reason, I wanted to be them. I wanted to be in their group.
Yeah, right? It was weird.
What the hell is wrong with kids? So anyways.
Older brother's cool now. Love him to death.
Yeah, great.
He's a bully.
Shit happens. Times are different.
So they put us through this triathlon almost, like decathlon kind of thing. I'm not sure how many, and we did a bunch of sports. Thankfully, they weren't like awful ones where it's just like, let's see how much food you could eat. You know what I mean? It was like legit like athletics, and whoever won got a banana split.
I remember, dude. You're like bringing back memories that I forgot.
Whoever won got a banana split. We'll get to that later. So,
so bad.
So I remember the first one was like we were fighting on a trampoline. We used to have a trampoline. We'd be jumping, we'd be kicking each other or whatever. And however they decided to win that one, they were just trying to appease themselves. You know, they were just like, oh, I'm sure they bent the rules enough to the point where they were just like, let's make it a tie game and like let's try to make it like really, really like neck and neck. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, we're buying into the point system. I'm sure. And I remember one time it was like. One of them was like, let's have a race. Now, I was actually really athletic, even being overweight. I could move for the most part. I was like one of the fastest kids in my grade. And all I remember, at least out of the events, was that one. And then there was like a race around the house, like almost like a relay race. I won it. For the game, I won. Nipples won. And I had to get my prize, my banana split. Now, I'm sure when I mentioned banana split, you, the viewers, you, the Kayla, you, the Steven, you were like, oh, yeah, surely he got like a banana split from Dairy Queen ice cream, right? It was delicious. No, it wasn't that.
You know, in my head, I didn't think it was either.
Really?
No. For some reason, it's like, he's not going to get a banana split.
So, what
Not like I think it is.
So, I don't know how, this is how, I'll say it with my chest, how whack these boys were.
They were so whack, actually. Looking back, they're so corny, dude.
Honestly, they were so whack. But, like, and I don't know where TS sat on that, because I don't know all about that, TS being our older brother. And what a banana split was is that I laid on my back, and they spread my legs, and they would just like they did this, they put their foot on my balls almost, and just pretty much gyrated on it, and stepped on it.
What the hell?
I'm not even lying.
Why?
I don't know.
Yo, I'm gonna fight them.
And that being said, this couldn't have been their first banana split.
No shot. This was like lingo.
Yo, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard of.
This couldn't have been their first banana split. There had to been various victims of the banana split.
Your brother's gonna watch this and be dying. Like, he's gonna probably think this is the funniest
Actually
thing.
bullying. He's probably embarrassed. Actually bullying.
That is bullying.
Actual bullying. That shit hurt too.
But I know on our when we were like in high school / college growing up, I know for a
This
fact.
is fucked up.
I know for a fact he was looking back at us and he was probably thinking. I maybe not. I'd like to believe he was thinking back to when he was our age and he was like, "Wow, my younger brothers are actually pretty cool." I'd like to believe that.
I hope so.
Because my God, if I were to meet them, my high school version to their high school version, oh my God, I'd be like, dude, you guys are so whack, so corny. Like,
yeah,
I can't, dude. And I once again, I attest that to just growing up with older people, having the maturity. But oh my God, were they whack? I can't stress it enough. Holy crap.
And I think he's not even friends with most of them now.
I don't know.
From all I know. But anyways, that's my story of the Fat Olympics.
I got one more, and this is probably my last elementary, and
okay.
We could cut it there.
Okay.
Because we're going long for this one. Next time
good stuff though.
We'll do part 2, and I will go intermediate school. But this is so stupid too. It was during like a silent reading, it was between a lecture. It was I think 5th or 6th grade, and it was between a break where we all had to read a section, and then we'd all meet up as a class. And I remember I was right in the dab smack middle of the room. It was dead silent, and I had to fart really bad. And you know the classic, you lift the one cheek up, you try to let it slide out or whatever.
Oh, of course, you lift one cheek out, and then pretty much by doing that, you get enough spread that you don't get the.
You get this.
Yeah, you get a nice open
or
silent.
So I thought. So I tried to let it off, I tried to let it loose,
Oh, the classic! You can't let all of it go.
Yeah, but the moment I let even a little bit loose, that shit flapped. That shit flapped, and I remember my heart sank, and it was loud. It was dead silent, and it was loud.
Oh no!
But here's the kicker. Here's the catch. Here's the catch. My heart sank, and I was like, "Holy shit! No way! No way! No way! No way! No way!"
That's debilitating. For how old are you? Or what grade?
6th grade. I don't know, 5th or 6th grade.
Oh, that's debilitating. There's no.
I mean, at least I was a cool kid, but I wasn't a loser or whatever.
Cool kid or not, I feel
regardless, I'm just trying to soften the blow a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I remember that happened, and I remember my heart sank. I got the quick sweat. I said, "Do not look around. You look at your book, and you don't fucking look around."
Strong-willed.
Yeah, and I did it. I stuck to it. Poker face. I cannot show that oh my God, panic or whatever. Yeah. Because they would have known it was me. In my head, I was like, oh, maybe it was just in this direction. No one really knows who did it. Oh. And I remember I was kind of using my peripherals, and I was trying to listen to if anyone were talking. And literally everyone, stone cold face, reading their books. No one said anything besides one person. I cannot believe it.
You bastard.
Mr. AB. He said something, and he was part of our friend group too. He was really cool, and he was kind of the jokester, and he mentioned it. I don't blame him because it's kind of funny, but I was like, "Oh, you sick man! A real friend would never."
What do you think he was trying to get out of it?
I don't know. I don't know if he was just genuinely did anyone hear that? Or curious? But I remember I was in the middle. He was on I was in the middle of the room facing the door, and then Mr. AB was on my back left. We all sat in.
So he caught wind too, like he heard that.
We
shit.
all sat in like 5 desk clusters, like maybe middle, top left, top right, bottom left. I was in the middle. He was in the bottom left cluster. Of desks, and I remember hearing in the back of my head, because once again I was paying deathly attention to anything if I got caught. And I remember he said. I heard it clear as day. He said, "Did anyone just hear that? I think Steven farted."
Stop.
It doesn't get as clear as that.
Well, don't say the name.
Intention, like your intentions don't get as clear as, did anyone hear that loud fart in the silent room? Steven Sissenthone probably farted.
I ripped it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no shot. I was like, don't react, pretend like you didn't hear it. So I was doing the stone cold, but inside my body, my consciousness, I was like, no shot, no shot. You just said that. And,
I'd be heated. I'd be like, come on.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I got away with it because he said that like maybe 2 to 3 seconds after. I was like, I thought I was safe.
Oh,
because I was staying still. No one said anything, and then of course, boom, he said it.
Yeah.
Did anyone hear it? I think Steven farted, and my heart sank. Like I got super quick sweat. My heart sank. And I was trying to pay attention to anyone, if anyone were gonna move or say anything to reply to him. No, everyone ignored him, and no one said a single thing. And everyone's stone cold reading their book, and no one said anything. And I remember I could see him in my peripheral. He was kind of like looking around, like left, right.
Yeah.
When he said that, and everyone's just looking down. No one said anything, and he just went back to reading. And that was that. No one else said anything.
I want to read whatever everyone else is reading.
And I was like, dude, how did that just happen?
That's wild.
Yeah, how did no one hear that? And it was only him, and no one heard him say that. I don't know if they're being like cool, and no one wanted to
embarrass you or something.
Embarrass me or mention it. But that happened, and yeah, those are my stories of elementary school. You guys got any fart stories?
I only remember in high school, like I went to sleep and I farted myself awake one time.
In school?
In school, it was during it was during a movie. Someone put a movie on. It must have been like National Treasure or something. It was like a civics class. And I just remember like I was deathly tired for some reason. I was dozing. Like I was in Twilight and I was just,
oh my, I just remembered another story.
And all I remembered was like I just farted and I was so relaxed that I think everything just had to come out. Like who knows, Taco Tuesday that day, like who knows. Like and I just farted and like it just woke me up. And I was just and like just like think about like I saw it as a bunch of like puppy videos that fart, like dogs fart themselves like awake, or like baby videos. It was exactly that. And I looked around, no one said anything, and I know for a fact someone heard that shit. And there was a hot girl behind. There was a group of hot girls like behind me and next to me that were like, and that's again, I think I was a junior at this time. Debilitating. Doesn't even matter. 5th grade, 6th grade, all the way to 11th grade. Debilitating. That's embarrassing.
See, I only farted one time in school, and thank God it was like a pretty loud room. Everybody was just kind of chilling and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like sitting with a friend, and then I don't know what happened. I think I got up or something, or I was laughing too hard and I farted. And he was like, "You farted," and I was like, "No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me." And I was so embarrassed that he was the only one that heard it, so it was okay. Yeah.
Now the meme is right, like girls so far, right? Is the meme. Now, as you know, as a girl, are you really trying to like keep that image of like, no, don't fart, like?
I would be so embarrassed
because I feel like if a guy farts right in the middle of the silent room, haha, Steven farted. It's like, sure, haha, guys, huh?
Yeah, if I did it, it'd be gross.
But if a girl did it, you're just forever the girl that farted, right?
Yeah.
So it's like legit. That's the stigma. Damn.
That's canon right there.
That's canon. All right.
Thank God, like the person that heard it was just like a friend of mine, and you just thought it was funny.
Were you about to tell Were you about to tell the one that you just thought of, or you gotta save it?
No, I got one. It's a good. It's elementary school. Dude, it's good. It's good.
All right.
It's quick. It's quick.
I trust you.
We were in line. We're lining up after music class, and I was like kind of like playing / flirting with like the hot girl.
Yeah.
Or whatever. We're doing
as we do
the back thing. Like you try to crack each other's back or whatever.
Oh, dude.
You go back to back and try to crack it. I remember she was doing that to me, and I felt her butt.
I felt her butt. Anything to like touch your not significant other, like your crush. Any way to touch your crush in like a respectful way. It was just like it was amazing. Like I gotta make a handshake with you. I gotta exactly.
Like,
the handshake,
something.
Like I have to touch you.
Anyway, she was the one. She was like the hot girl. She
Yeah.
was the one. I remember I was like touching her butt a little bit, like on accident, and dude, I got a boner.
Oh no! Wait, what grade? What grade?
This like had to be 5th or 6th.
Oh, that's prime time boner.
Yeah, like we like that's when like kids are discovering this shit, right?
Like you're getting random boners.
Yeah, we're getting random boners, and that shit came out.
RBs.
And I was wearing jeans.
We have to meet.
I had a boner in like jeans. I always wear jeans. That was the thing. And I remember I was like, oh shit, because she was like bringing me up, and my boner was like, yeah, she was doing the back crack thing, right? And I was like getting up. Why am I saying this? No, dude.
Oh, no.
She was lifting me up, and my boner was coming up, right? Like I already had the boner, but she was lifting. It just exemplified it, okay? And I was like, oh shit, this is not fucking good. This is not okay. This is not good. This is not cool. This is not cool.
You're like, stop.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit. I remember looking like in front of me to my maybe like 10:30 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Two of my boys, remember we're all cool kids, right?
Yeah.
Two of the boys, they're like, I was like trying to, because I know I'm aware of a boner. I was like, no one needs to see this right now.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like paying attention if anyone was looking or whatever. I was like sponge guard looking left, right, and then I remember hearing them like, I saw them like go like this, like they put their hand up for the listeners, not the watchers. They put a hand up to his mouth, went to his ear, and I heard him whispering. And I was like eagle-eared, whatever the hell. I was like, my senses were on 10. And I remember he said, I heard him perfectly. And I think I heard him say, I think Steven has a boner, right?
Okay.
Immediately. I was like, I can't let this slide. Like, I need to do something immediately.
Yeah.
And the moment I heard that, I literally like I let go like as fast as I could, and I went up to them mad. I doubled down on this shit. I went up to him like straight to the face, and I was like the type of kid at that age. I was like, oh, like you don't mess with Steven.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got that reputation. It kind of was, but it was like don't mess with don't mess with him. Like he'll just don't mess with him. Blah blah blah. And then I went up to him immediately. The moment I heard that, I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. I was like, shut the hell up. Like no, these are the genes. I said these are the genes, because you know how genes sometimes they like do the
of course
do the wave and it makes it look like you have a boner.
Yeah, I've been having a boner this whole time.
Exactly. So I went up to them. I said, dude, I said shut the up. I was like, don't make rumors. I was like, it's clearly I pointed at it, and by the transition of me walking over and pretending to be mad, immediately it made it go down.
Wow,
dude, it was like technique. I went right up to him. I got mad. I said, dude, it's not me. It's the genes. In the moment I'm saying, it's the droons. Like, my boner was, like, going down, right? It's the droons. And it went down. But it was still like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, see? Like, I have no boner. And I was, like playing with it. And, and letting it, like, fling. So, and I flattened it. I was like, I flattened it. And I said, I have no boner. And they said, okay, like, my bad, dude. Like,
my bad, dude. You don't have a boner.
Yeah,
shit.
I was like, my bad. Like, we didn't mean it. And that was that. But little do they know I had a boner, yeah? And that's my elementary school story. So, any boner stories?
Man, I could go into like a bunch of boner stories, but just real quick, I just remember I had you know, I'm gonna just generalize it, but I'm just gonna say boners are the worst. Like when you're going through puberty, you got the random boners going, and you have like stand up in classroom. Teachers, if you're watching this, don't make your male students go up in front of the classroom. If you know it's that time, you know, if you know it's that era. Like, just respect it. Leave them at the desk, because there's so many times where I had to like go up and it's like, oh crap, like.
And if you're a kid, make sure you tuck it. You tuck it with the waistband, or you do the classic textbook. Oh, you put it over.
Absolutely. But anyways.
I sat in a kid's lap one time and he got a boner, but
oh,
I was trying
no.
not to be weird about it, so I just like didn't mention it, even though it was poking
Isn't that the worst? Isn't that the worst? Like where like something weird happens and you feel so secondhand embarrassed that you try not to say anything.
I was like, if I just don't mention it, maybe it'll go.
But anyways.